So you're talking about betterments earlier today at Betterments, and can you jump into that? What exactly are betterments? I mean, even as a real estate agent, it's kind of like one of those things. Like, how do I explain this?
Essentially, it's whenever the municipality puts in like a water line or a sewer line, or some kind of improvement, municipal improvement. At least locally here, we call it a betterment. They call it assessments too. But that's where, let's say the line runs along your property, and up until now, you've always had well water and like a septic or a cesspool, that serviced your property. So when that line gets brought to your street, then you have options. You can either tie in to that municipal service, or you can leave it the way it is. You will have to pay as being an abutter to that road, I think it's by the amount of frontage that you have onto that road, a percentage, right, of the cost of that improvement over a period of time. The reason why I'm bringing it up is because there's a provision in the agreement that says seller to pay the balance off, or acknowledge that there's no assessment, or the other option is seller to pay the assessment current and buyer to assume the balance of the payments, balance. And essentially what this implies is that this betterment, this improvement, runs with the land. And so when you sell the property, or buy a property, you're taking on the obligation to continue that payment. Lots of times these payments are made through the taxes, the real estate taxes. So some make it a special line item that gets paid at closing. Some just roll it right into the taxes, and when you're paying the taxes, you're taking care of this betterment. So usually these are long-term improvements. More times than not, the way it works is that somebody might have a balance that's due on this assessment, whether it's water or sewer, it doesn't make a difference. And then there's this issue will come up. They'll see on the seller side, for example, they'll see a line item for the balance of the assessment, and then they'll be upset about it and say, "Hey, why am I paying this off? I don't get the benefit of the balance of this payment because I'm selling it today. I shouldn't be paying this off. It should be the buyer's obligation." This is a negotiable thing, and it's important to bring it up in a conversation like this because, like an agent, should explain this to their client, and that works both ways. It's either explaining it to the buyer that, hey, you're taking on the responsibility of the future payments of this assessment, or seller that you're selling this property and you have taken on the responsibility of paying the balance off, and this is what it looks like. So it's really an important thing, and it works both ways. And it those couple check marks on the Rhode Island PNS, or however it's written in the Massachusetts PNS, or wherever you're closing, does make a difference in terms of what you are obligated to pay at closing or pay towards the future.